Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling Review series for the 6th of April, 1991. Of course, we don't have every episode for 91. Wish I had more, but we give you what we got. We got 3 episodes from the month of April for us here this week. Also, almost about 100 other episodes from the early 90s. Keith Stillborn is your opponent for the Big Boss Man here. Boss Man headed into a summer program with the Mountie. Obviously, Boss Man looking in the best condition of his career, at least in my opinion. Spinebuster and a sidewalk slam, along with a couple of decent looking punches. A big deal here. They show the continued review of the Hogan after effects from Slaughter, continuing to build up what ends up being the Desert Storm match at SummerSlam, but Hogan getting laid out with a chair by Slaughter, Slaughter promising to get rid of that slime Hulk Hogan, etc. and so forth. Now with Colonel Mustafa, aka the Iron Sheik, the Rockers and Orient Express are going to continue their feud through the summer, at least partially, as they do an inset promo, they being the Orient Express, during the Rockers Enhancement Talent match here. Jannetty and Michaels kind of lacking a little bit of direction. They start to build the breakup of the team around SummerSlam or so. But the next few months, not as big a deal for the Rockers. Anyway, quick tags, Michaels in via the top rope. Michaels with a couple of hip tosses. Jannetty comes in, hits one of his own drop kick. And then we move to post the double fist drop. When we move to Power and Glory, talking about in the event center, them being one of the best tag teams in the area, in the world, not really hyping much. Winston and the British Bulldog up next. Bulldog talks about wanting shots at Mr. Perfect, and those end up coming in the summer. Oddly enough, this leads to a Mr. Perfect enhancement talent match post that interview. Perfect is still the Intercontinental Champion, of course, with a I believe count out or disqualification loss with the Big Boss Man at WrestleMania 7. Dusty Wolf is the opponent here. Wolf slams Hennig around a bit. Hennig backs out the back door in a hurry. Bobby Heenan still the manager for Mr. Perfect through the summer months here. Right before, about a month before SummerSlam anyway. Chops, kicks, and punches, and then a perfect plex by Mr. Perfect leads to a victory for the Intercontinental Champion. We go back to the event center, and the Nasty Boys are braggadociously saying there aren't any challenges for their new tag team championships. Of course, they kind of hype that the Hearts they're gonna go back at the Hearts maybe. LOD also in an event center promo say they want the tag team championships. That is a program that does end up culminating at SummerSlam. Duggan and the Brooklyn Brawlers, is your next match here. They go to the outside pretty quickly. Duggan with a few punches and the like. Big body slam. Colonel Mustafa is hyped as an opponent for Jim Duggan, so basically redoing the Iron Sheik and Duggan in 91 after they have issues in 87, causing Duggan to get fired by traveling together and getting caught with illegal narcotics in their vehicle while traveling together. All Glory clothesline by Duggan. Duggan successful with a win there. We go to the funeral parlor hosted by Paul Bearer, The Undertaker, in the funeral parlor this week. And as one can imagine, Undertaker basically hypes that the Ultimate Warrior and everyone is scared to be on the funeral parlor. Funeral parlor set a pretty big deal at the time. We kind of go into a enhancement talent match here post that, and John Allen is the opponent for none other than Jake Roberts. Roberts, of course, still in between feuds, although that's remedied within the next couple of weeks here as well. big kick by Jake Roberts to the midsection, running knee lift by the Snake Man, and short clothesline followed up with the DDT. Of course, a victory comes out of that for Roberts, as would be expected. Jake Roberts has his snake, Damien, and Roberts looking to be in very good shape. Raises the snake up high overhead for everyone to see. Roberts looks pretty good in this environment. Wrestling Challenge last week, we are told that in fact Bobby Heenan asks Andre to bury the hatchet, return to the Heenan family. Andre basically does not shake his hand, will not take the bait. $1 Million Man is out, and he has the management now of Sensational Sherry. Post WrestleMania 7, Sherry is helpful in the endeavor with Piper and Virgil and all of that. Anyway, DiBiase tossing his enhancement talent around Virgil in an inset promo says he's not done with DiBiase by a long shot. DiBiase pretty dominant here, suplexes and the like, and Sherry and DiBiase are the new pairing, which is highlighted after a win by DiBiase with the $1 Million Dream. Tugboat says he's still ready to take over the WWF. Bret Hart says he's a little awkward not having a championship belt. He wants a championship belt. Of course, that ends up building to his SummerSlam win in a couple of months for the Intercontinental Championship with Curt Hennig. And that closes this particular edition of Superstars. In any event, we'll be back with more right after this.